Good humor is a tonic for mind and body. It is the best antidote for anxiety and depression. It is a business asset. It attracts and keeps friends. It lightens human burdens. It is the direct route to serenity and contentment. Granville Classer. I have to say I thank the haters that motivate me and push me to do my best. Portia Williams. The best way to convince a fool that he is wrong is to let him have his own way. Josh Billings. Men are like wine, some turn to vinegar. That the best improve with age. Pope John the 23rd. Nature scarcely ever gives us the very best. For that we must have recourse to our Professor. What wins you best by this is mere appeal to sympathy for its decay. Robert Browning. I know I won't always do the best I can. Adam Sandler. Solitude is the strength of being alone. It's where we become our best company. Jay Shetty. Competition is the best form of motivation. Corley. I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top one. Brian Clough. Your best ability is availability, and if you're not on the field, they can't use your and you don't play. So, I try to play as much football as I can. George Kittle. The first period is won by the best technician. The second period is won by the kid in the best shape. The third period is won by the kid with the biggest heart. Dan Gable. Smiling is definitely one of the best beauty remedies. If you have a good sense of humor and a good approach to life, that's beautiful. Rashida Jones. The best years of your life are the ones in which you decide your problems are your own. You do not blame them on your mother, the ecology, or the president. You realize that you control your own destiny. Albert Ellis. People are at their best when they are challenged. If we don't challenge ourselves, nature has a way of giving us challenges anyway. There is great value in our struggles, and human nature has shown us that we only value the things we struggle to achieve. Thomas Frey. There's no path to success. Everyone constructs their own path. The important thing is to follow your heart. Find your niche is my best advice. Carol J. The best things in life are often waiting for you at the exit ramp of your comfort zone. Grant Simonson. Since day one, since the first time I touched the pen, I wanted to be the best at what I do. Kendrick Lamar. Man, being reasonable, must get drunk. The best of life is but intoxication. Lord Byron. Our prayer should be for blessings in general, for God knows best what is good for us. Double quotes. Socrates. Walking is the best possible exercise. Habituate yourself to walk very far. Thomas Jefferson. Stubborn and ardent clinging to one's opinion is the best proof of stupidity. Michel de Montaigne. Perfection is impossible. Just try to do your best. Angela Watson. Love God, love others. Do your best in all you do, even if you fall short. Bethany Hamilton. The best place to find God is in the garden. You can dig for him there. George Bernard Shaw. The best advice I ever got was that knowledge is power and to keep reading. David Bailey. It's a heavy duty to try to do everything and please everybody. My job is to go out there and play the game of basketball as best I can and provide entertainment for everyone who wanted to watch basketball. Obviously, people may not agree with that. Again, I can't live with what everyone's impression of what I should or what I shouldn't do. Michael Jordan. I did the best I could, and in some arenas, my best was not good enough. I've made some bad choices. Amy Grant. The best wisdom comes from the hardest struggle. Xavier Wright. The best rule is to stay humble and stay true to yourself. Rich the Kid. The best thing of all is God is with us. John Wesley. Good manners will open doors that the best education cannot. Clarence Thomas. The human body is the best picture of the human soul. Ludwig Wittgenstein. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Dale Carnegie. Scaling rises within you and inspires you to put forth your best. Julia Gordon Low. I am a practicing Catholic, not an evangelical Christian, but in 2016 I stood with millions of evangelicals who decided that Donald Trump would be the best person to fight for our religious liberty. Rachel Combe-Sophie. Only the mediocre are always at their best. 上士阿六. Badminton is not only about winning. What is important to me is about playing hard, doing my best and putting up a good show for the spectators. Lin Dan. If I am a cup maker, I'm interested in making the best cup I possibly can. My effort goes into that cup, not what people think about it. Denzel Washington. My cell phone is my best friend. It's my lifeline to the outside world. Carrie Underwood. Compromise is the best and cheapest lawyer. Robert Louis Stevenson. Let go of yesterday. Let today be a new beginning and be the best that you can. And you'll get to where God wants you to be. Joel Austin. Gorgeous hair is the best revenge. Ivana Trump. When you have balance in your life, work becomes an entirely different experience. There is a passion that moves you to a whole new level of fulfillment and gratitude, and that's when you can do your best. For yourself and for others. Cara Delevingne. The best way to predict the future is to study the past or prognosticate. Robert Kiyosaki. Employees are a company's greatest asset. They're your competitive advantage. You want to attract and retain the best. Provide them with encouragement, stimulus, and make them feel that they are an integral part of the company's mission, and I'm okay. Technology is best when it brings people together. Matt Mullenweg. Those who have never known the deep intimacy and the intense companionship of mutual love have missed the best thing that life has to give. Bertrand Russell. Until you're the best at something, you've always got to work on everything. Luka Doncic. Be the best version of yourself rather than a bad copy of someone else. Conchita Wurst. When I was a boy, the priest, my uncle, carefully inculcated upon me this proverb, which I then learned and have ever since kept in my mind. Dico tibi virum, libertas optum rerum. Non quam vile, sub nexu vivito. File, I tell you a truth. Liberty is the best of things, my son. Never live under any slavish bond. William Wallace. I'm human. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. Could I guess my job is to keep those mistakes to myself, which I'm really fine doing, and just try to be the best that I can be for those kids. Selena Gomez. For some reason, voters can be brainwashed, and they vote sometimes against their own best interest, let alone voting against the interests of people who need them, like people who are disenfranchised and people who are poor and so forth. Joyce Carol Oates. I've only had two rules. Do what you can and do it the best you can. That's the only way you ever get the feeling of accomplishing something. Colonel Sanders. I like to think the best of me was still hiding up in my sleeve. John Mayer. I prefer to win titles with the team ahead of individual awards or scoring more goals than anyone else. I'm more worried about being a good person than being the best football player in the world. When all this is over, what are you left with? When I retire, I hope I'm remembered for being a decent guy. Lionel Messi. I am big into astrology. My best friend in the whole wide world, Justin, got me hooked on astrology when I was in high school. I am a Capricorn, but I'm a Gemini rising and a Pisces moon rep. I do not need a trophy to tell myself that I am the best. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Arrogance, ignorance, and incompetence. Not a pretty cocktail of personality traits in the best of situations. No siree. Not a pretty cocktail in an office mate, and not a pretty cocktail in a head of state. In fact, in a leader, it's a little cocktail Graydon Carter. Party spirit at best is, but the madness of many for the gain of a few. Alexander Pope. The best preparation for good work tomorrow is to do good work today, the double quotes. Albert Hubbard. The best revenge is massive success, Frank Sinatra. The best dreams happen when you're awake, Sherry Gilder-Bloom. The best proof of love is trust, Joyce Brothers. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, Mahatma Gandhi. The best way to pay for a lovely moment is to enjoy it, Richard Bach. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up, Mark Twain. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now, Chinese proverb. The best way to escape from a problem is to solve it, Alan Zapata. The best way to destroy an enemy is to make him a friend, Abraham Lincoln. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched today, must be felt with the heart, Helen Keller. To what you do so well that they will want to see it again and bring their friends, Walt Disney. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful, Albert Schweitzer. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today, the double quotes, Franklin D. Roosevelt. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was from a horse master. He told me to go slow to go fast. I think that applies to everything in life. We live as though there aren't enough hours in the day. But if we do each thing calmly and carefully, we will get it done quicker and with much less stress. V.G.O. Mortensen. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does, William James. A wise man is superior to any insults which can be put upon him. And the best reply to unseemly behavior is patience and moderation. Laughter is the best medicine, unless you're diabetic. Then insulin comes pretty high on my list, Jasper Carrot. I enjoy meeting my fans, talking to them, taking photos with them. My fans are the best, Amanda Lepore. Sometimes you get the best light from a burning bridge, Don Henley. The best advice I ever got, and it's the best advice I give anybody, is just don't believe the word no. Be persistent, persevere, keep going, never, ever, ever give up. Dean Cain. Always remember that your calmness under fire is your best defense in any argument or discussion, Robert Greene. All the best performers bring to their role something more, something different than what the author put on paper. That's what makes theater live. That's why it persists. Stephen Sondheim. The best part is still ahead of me. I haven't experienced my good old days yet. Luther Vandross. First be best, then be first, Grant Tinker. My mother thinks I am the best, and I was raised to always believe what my mother tells me. Diego Maradona. It's not that diamonds are a girl's best friend, but it's your best friends who are your diamonds. It's your best friends who are supremely resilient, made under pressure, and of astonishing value. They're everlasting. They can cut glass if they need to. Gina Barreca. The best part about being alone is that you really don't have to answer to anybody. You do what you want. Justin Timberlake. To you, wear what you want to wear. Be an individual. Be unique and live your best life. Collie Uchis. He who laughs most, learns best. John Cleese. I'm about being the best. Frank Ocean. Things are not going to be easy. Things are not going to be fair. Just do your best. Patrick Beverly. The best way to pay for a lovely moment is to enjoy it. Richard Bach. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. William Butler Yeats. As a person, I am someone who wants to give my best in every take. I wouldn't say it was easy for me to get into the industry, because I come from a background where no one has been in films. But I do believe if you work hard, you will get noticed. Mobbing gave me the courage to stand in front of the camera, put your hand. Difficult times often bring out the best in people, Bernie Sanders. You just do the best you can with what you've got, and sometimes magic strikes, Sally Field. You find inspiration everywhere. The best inspiration is the people you grew up with. Nobody else knows about you than when you were just regular, everyday people. That's where most of it comes from, Bray Wyatt. Love yourself for who you are, and trust me, if you're happy from within, you are the most beautiful person, and your smile is your best asset, Ileana Cruz. Competition is always a good thing. It forces us to do our best. A monopoly renders people complacent and satisfied with mediocrity, Nancy Pearcey. So much of what is best in us is bound up in our love of family, that it remains the measure of our stability, because it measures our sense of loyalty. All other pacts of love or fear derived from it and are modeled upon it, hang you long. Silence is true wisdom's best reply, Euripides. Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things that will ever happen to us, Paul Millsap. Social media is something of a double-edged sword. At its best, social media offers unprecedented opportunities for marginalized people to speak and bring much-needed attention to the issues they face. At its worst, social media also offers everyone an unprecedented opportunity to share in collective outrage without reflection, Roxanne Day. I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thoughts, John Locke. Old wood best to bear, old wine to drink, old friends to trust, and old authors to read are thin ice. You may call God love, you may call God goodness, but the best name for God is compassion, Meister Eckhart. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students, Charles Kirot. Perfectionism is not a quest for the best. It is a pursuit of the worst in ourselves. The part that tells us that nothing we do will ever be good enough, that we should try again, Julia Cameron. Music is the best means we have of digesting time, W.H. Auden. There is always some kid who may be seeing me for the first time. I owe him my best, Joe DiMaggio. Every man, every woman who has to take up the service of government must ask themselves the questions: do I love my people in order to serve them better? Am I humble, and do I listen to everybody, to diverse opinions, in order to choose the best path? If you don't ask those questions, your governance will not be good. Pope Francis. You can only do your best. That's all you can do. And if it isn't good enough, it isn't good enough. Imelda Stanton. Now more than ever, we need to talk to each other, to listen to each other, and to understand how we see the world. And cinema is the best medium for doing this, Martin Scorsese. With the union my best and dearest earthly hopes are entwined, Franklin Pierce. Baseball West is and always will be to me the best game in the world, Babe Ruth. Words empty as the wind are best left unsaid, Homer. The best way to predict the future is to invent it, Alan Kay. I'm a tyrant that you should trust, and you should let me run your life, because I do know what is best for you, Vermin Supreme. I've learned that you learn best by modeling. If you want people to learn, do it. Leo Buscoglia.